I don't get it.
Podcast.
Hey everyone, guess what?
Guess what?
Our very own Ashley Kennedy is engaged. Can you believe it?
Yay! Oh my god.
We never, you know,
Jared.
Amazing.
my maid of honor speech is going to be like, I never thought it was going to happen.
It's going to be the
That's
most basic
sad.
thing I've ever heard. It's going to be fantastic.
Actually, I've already written half of it in my head.
Ooh.
Really?
It's very emotional,
Can you give us a
everyone.
snippet?
Is it going to stand the test of time if you're going to read it in a year from now and you're going to be like, yeah, it's still good?
Hopefully.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Right?
I think so.
Can I just say, because everyone can't see you like in person right now, Jared, but
Jared's
Jared,
stunning.
Jared
I know.
Haben is pregnant because he's fucking glowing.
I know, it's
Like,
so
Man,
crazy.
glowing.
I don't know
look
what
at
it
him-
is about this man. It's like he grew more hair, got taller, got tanner.
Did. His hair got thicker and like the dimension to it, and then his beard, and then his hand face, and his glowing. His eyes have literally gotten greener since we've been together.
He's like literal Clark Kent IRL.
I think
It's
I've just
so
had
weird.
a confidence about me that I haven't
Hot,
had.
Jared, no one can hear you.
Oh, well, that's fantastic. I think I've just had a confidence about me I haven't had in a very long time. And it's because of this wonderful, beautiful, amazing woman to my right.
All right. This is what I had to listen to.
I know.
That
I'm sorry,
takes me
guys.
back.
Seriously, I keep looking at him and I'm like, you know, this is weird. Like, this is weird. Like, he's legit like become a model man.
It's also because his hair is getting light from the sun.
I know,
sun
which
he's
is
seeing.
so weird. You would think that his highlights in his hair right now from the sun are just really nice.
Yeah, you guys are stunning.
Well,
what a sight
besides
to
the
see.
wonderful couple announcement, today we're talking about perfect wedding planning.
So Jared's gonna leave now.
Okay,
Bye,
have a good one.
perfect Jared. Thanks for being here.
We're talking about wedding planning, things we don't get about weddings, things Ashley must have at her wedding.
Just weddings in general, because
Weddings in
I feel
general.
like you guys have been posting in the Facebook group about this for so long now, and it's obviously something we should all be talking about now
Yes.
that Ashley's engaged.
I mean, you guys, it's so weird, but it's also not weird because Jared and I like have felt married since the moment we started dating. We've actually probably felt almost married since the moment we met each other.
right.
But yeah, this ring on my finger really says
It
something.
really means, okay, you can actually go ahead and start planning, which is so
Which actually
crazy.
that never
I
dawned
know.
on me. It never dawned on
Like,
me.
what he's
that,
asking
like,
you is to start planning a wedding right now.
Yeah. Well, some people like wait because
No,
some
that's
people
true.
want long engagements, but do you want a long engagement?
No, we think a year. Yeah. So I got you guys, Naz doesn't know this. I got an email from Kleinfeld already.
Say yes to the dress, bitches.
No.
Yeah.
And you're going to be on it?
Well, I mean, they would want me on it, but obviously that's stuff we can't even begin yet to talk about. But
Ashley, that's hilarious. That's
Yo,
like
that's
your
what people are
Lauren's
like, full
favorite
circle.
show.
People are already talking about this wedding planning. We're like, are you kidding me? Yeah, you're right. In the past 4 days, we have sat down and
I
been
know.
like, let's
Mom-
start
and
planning.
Mom calls me like 3 times a day, and every time she goes, does she talk about the wedding? Does she
What?
talk about, does she know where she wants? I'm like, are you kidding me? She literally came home yesterday, fell asleep on the couch, and I haven't seen her since.
We should talk about this concept in general because isn't it crazy? It's like when people are dating, everyone's like, when are you going to get engaged?
Yeah.
When you get engaged, everyone's like, when are you going to get married? When you get married, everyone's like, when are you going to have a
babies?
kid? And it's like, can everyone just chill
And
the
then once you
fuck
have a kid,
out?
no one cares about you anymore.
No, literally, Jared and I
When are
were
you going to have another one?
Yeah.
we were on a red carpet yesterday, and they were like, okay, so how's the wedding planning coming? I'm like, how's the wedding planning coming? We have been in Mexico the past 3 nights.
That's
and
so funny. No
On
one thinks about
in
that.
our engagement moon, let alone our honeymoon.
My favorite compliment you got was from Patty. I mean, that
Oh,
shit was
that
It's so
shit.
crazy.
that was the
She
fakest
is-
shit I've ever seen.
She's
No-
delusional.
no
she must have been doing
comment, but-
heroin during that episode. All right, so we have an expert coming on. We actually found her in our Facebook group, so she is also a fan. Blair, not porn star Blair, but another Blair.
Oh, yeah, not porn star Blair.
Not porn star Blair.
And we're going to ask her a bunch of questions, you know, like things that go into weddings, big weddings versus small weddings. And then,
And then we're
we'll
gonna
get
talk
into
about
how
our own
we really feel
preferences.
about weddings.
Yes. All right, so stand by. Everyone, we have Blair on the line. How you going?
How you doing?
How you going?
How you going,
How's it going,
Blair?
Blair? Do you want to tell us a little bit about how long you've been planning weddings and where you plan them and all that good stuff?
Yeah, of course. So I live in Atlanta, Georgia. I have kind of grown up in the wedding industry. My mom owned a florist business when I was really young, so I grew up doing flowers with her. And then when I got my foot in the door coordinating, that's kind of when my love and passion kind of, grew for the wedding industry. And so I've been doing it a few years with a team in Atlanta, and there's about 8 of us. So basically all of my weekends are all weddings and all about love, and it's just the greatest job I could ever have.
2 quick questions. Are you yourself married, and have you seen anyone from Queer Eye in Atlanta?
What was your second question? I'm sorry.
I just was curious if you've seen anyone film the filming of Queer Eye in Atlanta, since that's where it's been taking place.
Oh, no. Yeah, I am married. I just got married in March. So I had a completely different look on wedding planning, doing it myself versus helping one of my clients. And no to your second question, unfortunately.
So how long have you been with your husband?
We have been together for 4 years, and we got engaged in 2016 and got married in March of this year.
Well, congrats!
I was just wondering if it would really suck to be very single and planning a whole bunch of weddings all the time and feeling lonely.
Oh, gosh. Yeah.
It seems like you've had him for a while.
I feel like it'd be fun because you can meet people at the weddings.
That's true. You're working.
You probably have crazy stories. Okay, one question that I really have is, what's the most anyone has ever spent on a wedding and the least anyone's ever spent on a wedding planning it through you?
And then what the average is.
Yeah. Well, in Atlanta, I mean, it really depends on what part, we're in, because we do a lot of North Georgia weddings as well, and that can be a completely different industry in its own. But the national average is around $35,000 to $40,000 for a wedding. And I think the most that we've taken on with our company is around $75,000. And that's one of those bigger Atlanta weddings, more likely a hotel with, over 300 guests. So it really just kind of depends on what, overall vibe you're really going for with what you're wanting to do for your wedding. And you have many girls who can get away with throwing a wedding for, $5,000 or less, really depending on what area they live in.
Yeah.
Well,
That's like a backyard wedding, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and a lot of stuff really depends on what your guest count is as well, because one of your major costs is food. No matter which way you look at it. I mean, you can really grow your guest count, with whatever you're wanting to do, but whatever that is really depends on what your biggest cost will be. And your biggest cost will be venue and food.
On 4 Weddings, the TV show, which is one of Lauren and my favorites, they always talk about buffet versus sit-down meal. Like, what is really the price difference? Because apparently it's significant.
The biggest thing is really the formality. You see a lot of people that are wanting to do a buffet just because it's a lot easier. And you're having to, pay for more staff for your wedding through catering. Just because if you are doing a plated meal, then you have all that staff having to drop all the plates at everybody's tables. It's really more of the service side, I think, than anything. I mean, your food cost isn't going to change. It's more like the service. Yeah.
You need like a waiter.
It's all about the service charge?
Well, yeah, because a buffet, you just let someone lays it out and then everyone just eats it.
Ashley, are you thinking sit down or buffet?
I really don't give a crap. Honestly,
and then
that's
isn't
one of the things. Like, I think buffets
really
sound
care.
better because you have more options of food.
Right,
Like,
I agree.
Yeah.
Blair, what are the terms? Sorry, this is such a stupid, selfish question for me to ask, but there's a term that I forgot years ago, and I still to this day can't remember it. It's called, what are the options called if you want fish and steak? Is that like a dual? Isn't there names of different things you can do? Like when you have 3 options, it's called something.
Triangle.
Oh gosh.
Do you know what this is?
That's just tradition.
No, there's terms.
You have a dual menu or you have a triple menu.
There's a
something
word
like
for it. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I just have to say the worst food I have ever eaten in my life has been at weddings.
Really?
Yes. The best wedding I ever ate at was catered by Olive Garden.
Dope.
I was like, this is amazing.
My friend Ashley Allen had, I don't know why I'm giving her name.
Full name, everyone out there.
She had a very nice formal wedding. It was in a really classy barn, but it was you could tell a lot of money went into it, but I think they saved so much money on food because they used a barbecue caterer. They had macaroni and cheese, mashed potatoes, corn on the cob, and pulled pork sandwiches. And then you just went out to the food truck basically to get it. And that tasted better and it was so much cheaper for them.
Food trucks are such a thing now.
I saw something on 4 Weddings today. This woman got KFC catered. And I was like, honestly, delicious, everyone.
That's what I
They said
think.
it was $4 per person, so it was like a total of like $800 for food or something.
Anyways, since we have Blair on the line, Blair, I know you live in Atlanta. I'm from Florida. So I mean, obviously wherever you live, it's climate dependent, but what would you recommend is the best time of year to get married? Or is that a hard question to answer?
It's hard because of it really depends where you live. Here, the most popular seasons are spring and fall. So really, since I got married, I've been going nonstop every weekend with weddings. So it really just depends on what the climate is, where you are. And we get, rain that's just so unpredictable here. So fall or spring weddings are a little bit harder just because you have those spring rains. But really it just depends on where you live. So that's kind of the hardest thing.
What are what are some misconceptions about wedding planning? Like, obviously, when I think of wedding planning, I think of the wedding planner. Is there anything in that movie that is not accurate, or is there anything that people have an idea of that just really isn't there?
I think there's this fantasy with wedding planning that it's just like, I mean, it's really, job. Yes, it is a very romantic job, and it's amazing, and it's so rewarding because at the end of the day, once that wedding is over, I mean, you saw everything that you did come together and unfold, and you have a happy couple at the end of the night and a very happy family. But leading up to that, it is a lot of work. And I think depending on who you're really working with, depends on how that, entire situation unfolds. Because, wedding planning can be stressful, but it's such a rewarding time in your life. And I think that that's just something that people need to really let sink in and just know that, like, it's going to be beautiful no matter what. And really enjoy every single moment of your entire wedding day and every, bit of wedding planning. But as a wedding planner, it is very stressful because you have to have your poise all the time, and act like there's nothing going on, even if you have some major situation, but you just don't let anybody know and you figure it out.
That is very wedding planner-like.
What is the average cost to have a wedding planner? Is it ratio based on how expensive the wedding is?
Not really. I mean, really it just kind of depends on how much work you're doing. And again, it plays a big role in where you are. Our Atlanta brides do pay a little bit more because we are doing a lot more work. And
Wait,
we
why
do
is that?
a lot.
Because they're in the city?
That, and it's just, there's a lot more that comes with it. I mean, you're hands on deck with every single vendor throughout the entire way. You're doing a lot of meetings, a lot of phone calls, a lot of site visits. So it's like your time is really taken with that one client. So it really just depends on what they're needing. I mean, we have 3 different packages for our bride. And if they need full on planning, I mean, you're going to pay, a good bit more money than for just a day of coordinator.
Obviously, for your wedding, you're going to need to have clear skin. Like, could you imagine waking up like Tula did at the Big Fat Greek wedding when she had her
Tula, my only daughter.
No, put some Windex on it. Well, don't put some Windex on it. Actually, put some BioClarity on it. I love BioClarity because it's this clean, gentle skincare line that helps me get naturally glowing skin, and it's also 100% vegan and cruelty free. The one thing I love about BioClarity the most is that it eliminates redness and irritation, which happens to my skin with so many products. They have great botanical ingredients like Floralux, which is derived from the chlorophyll in plants, and it makes my skin feel so soft and glowy and not red. It reduces hyperpigmentation. I love it so much. There are 2 different routines. There's a clear skin routine, which I like because it's for people who have combination, oily, or breakout prone skin. It's 3 steps where you cleanse, treat, and restore. And then there's the essentials routine, and this is for more normal and dry skin. So depending on your type, you'll select a routine for for you. BioClarity is also delivered straight to you. You don't have to go pick it up at the drugstore. It just comes in the mail. To get started on your healthy skincare habit, just go to bioclarity.com, and our listeners are going to get their first month for 50% off. A routine plus shipping is free. It comes with a 100% risk-free money-back guarantee, but you need to enter our code, which is GETIT. Again, that is bioclarity.com, and enter our code GETIT, GETIT. And don't use Windex. Use BioClarity.
Do you have any Bridezilla stories?
Oh my God, I was literally going to ask that.
Okay,
because
we've been watching
Bride.
Bridezillas,
Yeah.
and I'm like, these bitches can't be real.
Yeah.
The crazy thing is it's really mainly the moms.
That makes
I don't
Oh,
have
God.
very many bridezillas. I mean, my brides, I've been blessed with really amazing brides. But it's the moms that stress more than anything. And it's just day of happens. And, I mean, stuff gets crazy with moms sometimes. And it's just one of those things where you have to just tell the mom, like, everything is going to be okay. This is what we're here for. And just don't stress about anything.
That's going to be my mom 100%.
Maybe it's because, they already had their wedding, and they're like, this is my chance to, like, take part in another
Sometimes
wedding.
I think it's cultural because my mom's so Dominican that she thinks the wedding's for the family, and it's like, no, it's my day.
Yeah.
You know what I
That
mean?
is
Like,
a-
Yeah,
that
I
is a
don't
thought,
like
though.
that.
I don't like that. I've seen a lot of moms in my culture be that way. It's so frustrating.
Oh, that's really
Do
frustrating.
parents of the bride still pay for the wedding traditionally? Do you see?
Mainly, yeah. I mean, we do have some grooms parents who do pitch in a good bit, which is great nowadays just because things are so expensive. And for the bride side of the family to really pick up every single cost is hard. So if you can have the groom side of the family pitch in, like, just, take it all in because that's a huge blessing.
Yeah, it makes so much sense.
And don't
to be
they normally,
50-50.
don't grooms, the groom side normally pay for like rehearsal dinner and stuff? Or is
Yeah.
that,
Yeah, it's rehearsal dinner, but if you look at everything and how much, the bride side is
That's like
paying for an
2%.
overall wedding,
Right.
yeah, it's nothing.
right?
So that's what's hard. I mean, I hate that aspect of it. So if, whenever I see a groom's family pitch in, I'm thankful for, the bride's family just because it's one less thing for them to worry about.
Do you have any crazy stories like a wedding that got rained out or a groom or bride that never showed up that you can share with us?
The only crazy thing, it wasn't my personal wedding, but it was just something that happened recently. We had a major snowstorm here in Atlanta, and we had a bride that was getting married up in the mountains in North Georgia, and it was a private community, and so they ended up closing their gates because there was so much snow. So the bride had to relocate her entire wedding to somewhere else super last minute. I mean, stuff happening day of, totally relocating everything. So that was just kind of one crazy thing that, I mean, when
is
weather
really
like that happens,
crazy.
it's like, what do? You just, you step in and you find all the vendors and you guys all talk to each other and you find another location and you make the wedding happen.
So how fast did you have to, like, figure out that wedding?
I mean, literally within 24 hours. The snowstorm happened on like Thursday or something, and then it started to ice over. And in Georgia, that's pretty much what it is. It just turns into ice. And so getting up north was just not going to happen. So everybody was working hard together to try to figure out, how can we make this wedding happen and everything go very smooth.
Who normally does like the brunt of the work? Do you often work
The grunt of the work?
the brunt of the work?
I would say the grunt.
I thought it was the grunt of the work.
I think brunt is a thing as well.
We'll
Okay,
figure it
we'll
out.
figure it out.
Wow.
So like if a bachelor wants to, a bachelor, oh god,
Okay, guys, swear we're sober. Swear.
if a bride like wants, does she work hand in hand with you like throughout the entire journey, or is she just like, you can go figure that out? I want you to go. Like she assigns you tasks, or is it all just dependent on who you're planning?
Probably who it is, right?
Yeah, it just depends on who it is. If it's a total full planning bride, I mean, they'll have their hands on deck and saying, this is what I want. But, we find all the vendors and we find whoever's going to be the best fit for that bride. And they just go through and they pick, whatever vendor they want. But the most hands-on that they will be with is really the venue and their photographer. But that's kind of the biggest thing is just, it really depends on who your bride is, what your job is, and really just, throwing everything together for them.
Okay, 2 last questions, Blair. Not that I would ever wish this upon anyone, but has any bride come up to you and been like, I don't know if I can marry this guy?
Oh, God,
I
that's so
need
good.
to know of
Juicy.
those moments.
No, I mean, like I said, I've been super fortunate with my brides. I mean, I've really had amazing, girls and families and everything. But some of the stories that I get from some of the girls that work for our company as well, I mean, just we've had one situation where the groom was cheating on the bride at the wedding.
Jesus, that's the
At the wedding.
That is a juice we've been looking for.
Oh my God, my lungs are in my vagina.
Where is
right
he
now.
making? Where was he hooking up with this girl?
Tell us the story.
It was some guest of the wedding.
Oh my God.
I don't know total details, but the groom was with this girl during the wedding somewhere in another room.
No.
And I think they were, they got back from their honeymoon and that was it. They
Did
were done.
one of your assistants see that happening?
Yeah,
Is that how
did you
know?
guys find it?
The lead coordinator, she did see it happening and she knew that something was off, just the entire night.
Ew, how
The
does
way
that
the
girl
groom
doing
was.
that?
Yeah, I don't know. And so just the way the groom was, it was just, she knew something was off and then she found out about it. And
Were they wasted?
Doesn't
Were they
even
what?
matter.
Were they drunk?
I don't know. I mean, he had kind of been with this girl for a while, I guess.
They she must have known before she married him, and then after the honeymoon, what she found out on the honeymoon.
Yeah, I think it was right after.
Wow.
I'm
Ashley's
burping
just
because
burping
I
over
just
here.
have Burger King in front of me.
Gross.
Wow, that is actually kind of what happened in the wedding planner when JLo was getting married, and then her groom cheated on her in the car. The day of the
God,
wedding.
just another thing for me to be scared of. All right,
terrifying.
Blair, thanks for sharing that with us. One last
you.
question. I want to phrase this in the right way so it doesn't come off offensive. But in this day and age, do you think a wedding planner is necessary, or do you think people can get by not having one?
A full-on wedding planner, you can get away without having one, but a day of coordinator is a must. I've been to weddings where they don't have a day of coordinator and you can just tell that everything's off. Even before I was in the industry, I mean,
Yeah.
So I think for any girls who are getting married or, talking about getting married, definitely hire a day of coordinator so that you have somebody in charge the day of your wedding. So it's one less thing for you to worry about, one less thing for your mom to worry about. You're not worrying about any family taking on that role because you want everyone to enjoy the day, and to have somebody else take that on is a huge blessing. And you just see everything else during the day run a little differently.
How does one reach out for a wedding planner versus a day of coordinator? Who do you go to hire that?
A lot of wedding planners will have that in their package. So that's what we have. We have day of coordination, partial planning, and full planning. So if you reach out to any wedding planner, they will have that option for you.
Cool. So something for everyone.
Yeah.
Yo, Lauren,
Yo, Naz.
you know of an easy way to make money by literally just sitting on the couch?
Please tell me. Actually, I'd love to know.
Well, Lauren, you should know that you can make money off selling clothes on this amazing app called Poshmark, which you guys, we actually all are selling all our clothes on Poshmark. Just so you know, I added 5 items to my Poshmark. So basically Poshmark is an app where you can buy designer clothes and clothes that people have worn, but in great condition on the app for cheaper. And the reason why I love this app is because you really can get good stuff for really cheap.
Yeah.
I recently bought an Off-White belt. I don't know if you guys know the brand Off-White, but it kind of is a luxury fashion brand. And I got it for way cheaper than what it's actually going for. And you can buy your friends' clothes. You can buy clothes from people that you follow. My handle is at Nazperez. So if you guys want to go on there, you'll see I'm selling these knee-high snakeskin boots, which are really, really cute.
Naz got all the fire shit. So go on Naz Perez, get some of her old hand-me-downs, but they look cute.
I also want to make a point to tell you guys that I'm selling that bomb-ass bridesmaids dress that I wore to that wedding in Arizona. It's on there. It's on there for a very, very good price. And I think you guys should check it out. But anyways, the reason why I love Poshmark is because you can just make money from sitting on your couch, like I mentioned before. And I've sold a bunch of items on there already. And they make the shipping so easy that you're just like putting cash in your pocket. So I personally have been loving selling on Poshmark, and I've made like over like $300 to $400 just off a couple items. I know. Isn't that insane? It's
great.
And it's so fun because you get to practically shop for free with the money you make from your sales. So shopping on Poshmark is amazing because they have a ton of cool items and all the brands you can think of. Literally all the amazing ones you guys are thinking of in your head right now are on there. So download the app, make an account, follow me at Naz Perez, and check out what I'm selling. Download the free Poshmark app right now. Poshmark carries women, kids, men's clothes, so you can shop for the guys in your life. And it just has tons of brands to shop from. I mean, they even had a Louis Vuitton Speedy bag for only $300. Can you believe, Lauren?
I'd buy that.
So amazing. It's the easiest way to buy and sell items. And right now, we'll tell you guys our personalized promo code so you can get $5 off your first order. Mine is at Naz Perez, NAZPEREZ.
Mine is at Iaconetti Lauren, IACONETTI Lauren.
So download Poshmark so you can wear our clothes.
Let's get back to the show.
Okay.
I always think, this is my last question. Sorry, guys. I thought of things as we were talking about other stuff. I just feel like if you plan your own wedding, you're basically taking on a second part-time job.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
With the even like decorating this apartment was like a full-time job.
Yeah.
And the
But that's what I
wedding
mean.
is so much bigger than that.
That's what I mean.
But
That's
then
so stressful
for
to
me, and we could talk about this more after, I'm someone that like I feel like I have to pick the flowers
Yes.
and I have to, I don't know. So I don't know if, I think I would need one, but like why would I need one
if you're going to be there anyway.
Like
Yeah.
my
Well,
They
I
arrange
think
the
that's what-
meetings, though. I think that's why.
I think that's what the misconception is
like
that
they
your
have
wedding planner
contacts.
does everything for you, but the wedding planner is with you during all of those things.
Right.
You know, your wedding planner is not going to go and be like, oh, she wants these flowers and that's it. And she's, you know, that's not what we do. The bride is there with us during every single meeting. But for most of that grunt work that we were talking about, you know, that's what we're doing. We're doing all of the online research. We're, you know, planning all the meetings, and we're keeping in touch with vendors. So you're
Keeping
still
you
there.
on budget,
part of-
right?
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a huge one too.
Where's
So,
the
I mean,
best place to find like a good wedding planner, and how do you compare? Like if I just got
Yeah,
engaged,
that's a
I have
good
nowhere to
question.
start. How do I know like who's a good one and who's not? You know, is there a resource for this kind of thing?
The Knot is a huge one. So, you know, no matter where you live, the Knot will give you a bunch of different wedding vendors. And the biggest thing is you want to meet with these people in person, and you want to sit down and you want to talk with them, and you want to read all of their reviews and kind of see how they work day of the wedding, because you just never know. So if you can meet with these people in person and really get a feel for them and feel, you know, see if that's somebody that you really connect with, because you want somebody that you connect with, because you're going to be with them throughout the entire process.
Fantastic.
And I have one more. How many? What's like the ratio? Not ratio. I keep using that word, but what's the percentage of grooms who are heavily involved in wedding planning?
Ooh.
Question, Ash.
That's a great
I will
question.
say, out of all the brides that I've had within the last year, I've had one groom that was really involved and really cared.
Aw.
But you will have your grooms that, you know, care about certain aspects of the wedding. But in terms of overall, they're just kind of like, I don't care. Like, you just kind of do whatever, because let's be honest, if a groom does that, the bride gets to make all the decisions, and she's a happy woman at the end of the day.
Such
Hey,
a
boo-boo.
crazy concept.
Hey, Jer Bear. What's the thing that you're going to care the most about in the wedding? Pauses.
Making sure that Ashley has the best day. I
That's the
sworn he
perfect
was going to say
answer.
food.
But it's crazy that it's like it's a whole day for two people, but like really in America at least, it's really for the bride, I think, most of the time.
Yeah.
Which is
But
crazy because so much
Yeah.
money goes into it. It's such an interesting
Yeah.
concept to me.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, the groom, as long as he knows that his future wife is happy, then he's happy. And, you know, that's one less thing for them to argue about, because who really cares about what color the napkins are? Let's be real.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, you do, technically, right?
I'm supposed to.
And on that note, we are going to say thank you so much for joining us, Blair. You've been
Thank you,
a
guys.
great educator.
Thanks,
Blair.
Blair.
Educator.
Congratulations. I'm excited for you guys.
Thank you.
And make sure no grooms cheat on their brides.
Right.
Thank you.
Bye.
Okay, so as a girl who's like hopeless romantic and all dreamy, I've only really thought about the guy at the end of the aisle and my dress and like a touch of the details. Like I want a big wedding and I want it at night. That's all I know, really.
I feel like that's a lot to know.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's an overall theme, I guess. I guess, do you have themes for weddings? You know, people do like
I might have like a touch of something. Like I may-
Hollywood glam.
No, like I think like maybe Jared. I think I may want like a little bit of a whole new world theme.
Oh my God, that would be like
That's cute.
Agrabah.
Arabian
Yeah.
Nights sort of
Yeah,
situation.
I
Like
produce
those colors, the sparkle, like with glitter, like that makes it look like the twinkling of
Yeah.
all those things.
That's a good
I've
theme.
never, when I was little, I always like obviously want to get married, and like you thought about the guy at the end of the aisle, but never thought like day or night or anything. But I worked on Jason Kennedy's wedding from
Yeah.
E. And I would never think I'd want a night wedding or winter wedding. And they had like a winter wonderland wedding, and it was stunning.
I think a winter wonderland would be mine, but not really.
But how cold was it? Really,
It wasn't because it was in Dallas.
Oh,
but
okay.
the theme that I've resonated with that I've seen people do is Enchanted Forest. I don't know
Oh, and
why.
I know.
I think it's
It's
so
beautiful.
stunning when something's outside at night with trees.
The twinkling lights.
I love it. I think I
so
want.
nice.
pretty.
Yeah.
But we should talk about, okay, so there's so many options you get engaged. There's like destination, non-destination, beach, like on a
Church.
mountain, in a church. So like, what do you guys, like when you played MASH growing up, like what
Well,
did you want?
Jared, it's kind of weird with Jared and I. Like, I want to get married in a church, but for like the traditional,
You really
aspect of it,
do?
yeah.
Oh.
Told you.
What
but-
kind of church?
Just like a Protestant church.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and just I like the tradition of it. It's not going to be like a super religious ceremony by any
Is your
means.
mom Protestant?
Presbyterian. That's Protestant is the umbrella of
I never
Baptist,
knew that.
Baptist, Presbyterian, Methodist. That's all under the Protestant umbrella.
Right.
So yeah, pretty non-denominational. We want Tanner to be the officiant.
That
quite
would
traditional.
literally be hilarious.
It's not all a joke. We've been telling everyone like
He's
Tanner's
gonna
officiating.
his half smile is gonna make it all a joke.
And it's gonna be.
He'd probably
so great,
laugh
though.
before he'd
Yeah,
start talking,
yes.
and everyone would just start laughing.
Jade's face in the audience is gonna
I
be
know.
priceless.
So cute.
She's the best. Okay, so you want like a church?
Yeah,
Lauren,
for the ceremony, and then I want a separate place for the reception.
right. What would you want, Lauren?
I like the enchanted. I always thought if I was actually going to have a wedding, I would have it like in like an enchanted forest sort of thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't really thought about it because it all depends on who it's with.
Right.
Yeah.
I'd want mine outside in nature. I think nature is such a good backdrop, but my mom obviously would be so upset because we're like so Catholic.
Right.
She wanted a church, but growing up in Florida, so many of my friends have beach weddings, and I actually don't understand the appeal. I feel like it's so windy. It's always so windy. No one can hear anything. And
And
then
it rains every other hour. In
it
Florida.
rains, so it's scary. And then the sand is everywhere.
I don't like beach weddings. I've never liked beach weddings.
I'm not a
It's
fan
too
of the
unpredictable.
Exactly. I'm not a fan of the beach wedding. It is a beautiful backdrop, but I also think like there's so many X
And then there's
factors.
like maybe some nude people or like people in bathing suits, like kind of close to your ceremony.
well,
not
hopefully
cute.
not.
No, I always worry about outdoor weddings in general. I think most weddings like these days are outdoors, and it's just like it's so risky.
Yeah, but when there are receptions in ballrooms, I don't know. I'm always so like, meh.
I don't love the
I
idea
feel like I'm
of a
at prom,
ballroom.
you know? I'm like,
no, I know.
I'm like, this is a ballroom. Like, you can only make it so pretty. Like, you can only do so many. Actually, that's not true. You can legit build whole sets. That's what Jason Kennedy did, basically.
What I've always imagined, and I have no idea where this place or ballroom exists, but I want it to be like in a room and then there to be doors to the outside, like to the beach, open.
Oh, yeah. So, like,
you're
a
getting
ballroom
the
on,
indoor
so like a
out.
hotel on the water, basically.
Yeah, basically. And now that I say I don't know where this exists, it was definitely where Tori and Jimmy got married in Newport, Rhode
there you
Island.
Or
There you
Florida,
go.
or any
Yeah.
hotel in South Florida.
No, yeah, but it was very pretty.
I don't
And
know
always-
where you would find some.
Where
place
would
on
you
the
find
beach.
a beach in a hotel near the beach?
I see it in my head, the image that I created for myself very vividly.
This Burger King is making you
And-
so
It's so ridiculous. But I do have to say that I get mad whenever Lizzie tells me that the timeline of my wedding can't happen. Because
I know.
I'm
She's
like,
like,
no, Lizzie, shut the hell up.
Wait, what does that
Lizzie's
mean?
like, well, then if you want like a 6 p.m. wedding or an 8 p.m. wedding, you have to like have this happen at 4 and this happen at 6. It's just too late, so you got to start at noon.
She like
And I'm
literally thinks that I cannot start a ceremony after 2 p.m. This is how it's going to be.
What? So many people's ceremonies happen during sunset when the sun is going down if you're having an outside wedding.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
literally when the ceremony happens because that's when your pictures are stunning during magic hour.
I think what'll happen is the ceremony will be like from 4:30 to 5:30, and then the pictures will be at magic hour, and then it'll be like nighttime, like 8 o'clock when the reception begins.
Yeah.
And then you can get out of the reception by 11.
Speaking
boom, bada
of-
bing, bada boom.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Speaking of pictures, a very controversial thing.
Oh God, no! The first look.
Exactly. Do you guys believe in first
No, we
looks?
don't believe in first.
I
looks.
do not
I
believe in the
really
first
don't believe in
look.
them.
Like, hey, see her down the aisle. It'll be just a minute.
And just hire your makeup person to stay a little longer to touch you up.
I think
Yeah.
the whole point
Got the
is
whole-
for lighting purposes,
Yeah.
so that you can go. You don't have to skip that hour and a half of pictures, and you can be with your family and your friends.
that's what it is. They try to
And-
think of a cute way to make it happen to be like time efficient.
And that's what Lizzie was saying. She's like, if you want to get married at 6 p.m. and then have your reception at 8, that's like you need to do a first look.
Is Lizzie a wedding planner? I'm so confused.
No, Lizzie and I have always had this long-standing
because
argument.
Lizzie wants the exact opposite of what Ashley wants. She wants
Oh,
a
okay.
morning
She wants like a
wedding.
Context,
morning-
thank you.
Yeah,
I'm like-
sorry,
you're just
sorry.
like, Lizzie says it has to be at 12. I'm like, does she do this in a
No.
past
No,
life?
Lizzie is one of our best friends, and
Yeah,
she
she's been
wants
on
to
the
have
podcast.
a morning ceremony and then like an early afternoon reception, which is just we've fundamentally
Fergie's excited
disagree on
about
this.
it. Oh, like people just dancing
She
in the
wants
day.
a winter morning wedding, which is opposite of Ashley.
Like she's
Yeah.
totally okay with getting up to do her makeup at 6 a.m.
Yeah. Well, you kind of have to do that even if your wedding's
I'm
at
not
night.
doing it. I'm
No.
never
because
hell
all
no.
your bridesmaids go first.
No, I go, you
and
know what,
then-
bridesmaids, go get ready yourselves. That's
Yeah.
all I'm going to say.
Yeah, show
Yeah.
up ready at the place. You don't need to have beautiful makeup done that I'm paying for. No, thank you.
I don't know.
No,
You know,
or
no,
I'll
you
send
don't.
them out. I'll send them like to a place. They can go get their shit done.
I was at a wedding and we had the option to like pay for our makeup ourselves, but we would get ready like with the bride, which I think is fun because
So-
then you're like drinking with the bride. You're not like by yourself. I feel like I'd be so bored if I was just like sitting with me and my mom all
I would
day.
just be on the toilet the whole time anyway.
I don't know.
like so. I feel like you'd elope, Lauren.
I know, that's why I would just do elope. I would 100% just elope.
You guys, I really think it's just gonna be like my mom and Lauren for the majority of the day, and then like
Right.
at like when we're all like gathered at the church is when we'll be hanging out because I know myself,
church.
and if there's like too much chatter around me, I'll be like,
Yeah.
Flip out.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna freak out. I just
Yeah.
wanted to be like really centered and zen like
Right.
before.
and like reading your vows.
And you don't want to
writing
drink. I mean, I don't want to drink before. You don't probably want to drink before. I
probably
want
have,
to
like,
take in every nerve that you could possibly feel.
I probably have like 2 glasses of champagne before I went down the aisle.
Damn.
No, I mean like maybe like 1.5 an hour and then another 1.5 an hour.
This is so strategic.
1.5 an hour.
No, so like 2 total in an hour. So like you're barely feeling it, but you're like a little bit more relaxed. I don't know, maybe not at all.
Let's talk
You're
bridesmaids dresses. Y'all.
I've never saw a good one in my life.
Why do we think
I
about
wore a
having like
great one at
uniform
Taylor's.
ones or like ones?
Wait, what'd you say?
I had the most gorgeous one at my friend Taylor's wedding, and the only one that I've been a bridesmaid in. And I posted pictures, and I got, sorry for the influencer speak, but I got so much engagement on these wedding pictures, and nobody even knew who the bride and the groom and the bridesmaids were. But people
Just
were
'cause of the
obsessed with
dress.
the look of the dresses altogether.
People liked my dress too, but again, I don't. I still thought it was okay for a bridesmaid's dress, but they're just dresses you'll never fucking want to wear again.
I
in
don't
my
know.
eyes,
I think that that's true depending on the bride.
It's like
but
a weird
also
amount of formality.
with
The dress.
Courtney's one that I just ordered. I think it's really pretty. I would totally wear it again.
that's good. That's
You could shorten it and wear it again.
the thing that sucks is like, well,
That's
we
27
should talk
dresses,
about
guys.
bridesmaids or not in general? Because now a lot of days women aren't even having bridesmaids; they just have all their friends dressed in one color, come to the wedding, they're in the pictures, and then you're done. I think that's kind of smart because then I have so many friends. I feel like I couldn't have all of them
I just
as
can't choose.
bridesmaids.
I'm just really scared.
That's what I'm saying, and then you get so right.
It's just like the whole. What if you are a bridesmaid in her wedding? Does she have to be a bridesmaid in your wedding?
That is a
That's
great
where it gets
question. and then
It's so sticky.
as someone that's been a bridesmaid a lot, this shit fucking adds up, man. Like, Lauren, we were talking about this before. All the stuff that goes into a wedding, like you have an engagement party, then you
Gift.
have
Then you, a bachelorette party.
then you have a
gift.
bachelorette party,
Bridal shower gift.
bridal shower, another gift,
Wedding gift.
wedding gift, rehearsal
Dress.
dinner, dress, flying to the bachelorette party,
Hotel, possibly.
makeup,
You guys,
shoes. Like, it's fucking crazy.
Pardon my interruption. There is an article in the Cosmo magazine right now in my backpack.
About.
And she's going to retrieve it.
But basically, I just think these days it costs so much money to be a bridesmaid.
Yeah.
Like, you're just asking someone to do a lot, which is fine, but like, you don't have to do everything just because society says you have to do
also,
it. Like,
if you're not chosen as a bridesmaid, don't feel so bad. You'll save like $1,000.
and then obviously, you guys know I've talked about this before, but I think if you have bridesmaids, you have to give them a +1. I think it's so.
has to have a
Because you guys know I've been in weddings where I don't have a +1, and I just think, like, not to be mean, if you're listening to this, and this is a very niche audience, but if you're listening to this and you're getting married and you have bridesmaids and you're not giving them a +1, I think that's fucked up because they're doing all this shit
Right, I agree.
for
The least
you.
you can do is let them get drunk and have sex later on.
Like, I feel like I
Bye.
have to be a voice for those women.
Yes.
You
It's
guys,
so annoying.
I have the statistic right here in front of me. The average guest shells out nearly $1,400 per wedding.
Oh, yeah, we didn't even talk about the
Guest?
gift. Yeah,
says
because if they have to
guest.
fly out and get a
yeah,
present,
you're adding
Fly
on
out, present, hotel,
gasoline,
dress.
hotel, your outfit.
Damn.
Yes, it costs so much money to be a part of someone's big day.
So my friend, who I'm going to a bachelorette party in about a month, you guys, the amount that I've spent on this bachelorette party is insane. It's 3 days. It's in Rhode Island of all places. So,
Yeah.
and Jared happens to have his future brother-in-law's
That's so
bachelor
crazy.
party the exact same weekend.
Wow, that's so
it's
lucky.
so weird. So we're both going to go out there like the second week of August.
That's amazing.
But it's the most expensive bachelorette party, and I can afford it, but I can't imagine these poor girls that like are having, that
They can't afford it. Yeah.
So I mean, I'm in weddings now, and I feel terrible because obviously these people I'm really close with because I'm in their wedding. So
Yeah.
if they're listening to this, it sucks. But
no,
it's
exactly.
actually,
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, but this is how I feel. So like, I've been put in a group chat with 12 other women. Some of them I don't know. And you got like, I don't know how, if you know this, but I can't stand like group chats because I have OCD. So I can't get texts all day. But it's like, all right, we're all going to do this event. And I'm already flying to the bachelorette party. And I'm like, oh, I also have to shelve out money to go to this event that we're doing while we're there. It's just like money on top of money on top of money. And I'm flying the furthest because I live in LA.
I feel like the
It's just
least is don't
crazy.
get a wedding gift if you're doing all the other
Okay,
things.
so that's what this Cosmo article
And give them a
agrees to.
+1.
Yeah.
They say that like you are really only required to get one of the gifts.
okay.
Decide which one you're going to get a gift
That's
for.
true. Like you don't need to do it for every shower.
This
whatever.
this bachelorette party that I'm going to, I'm not even kidding you guys. It's 3 nights in a hotel,
Wow.
and then they're like doing a boat, and then they're doing like a whole bunch of other things on top of that, plus like included alcohol, which I don't drink nearly as much as a lot of these other bitches.
Right. So then you're paying for this alcohol. And then the dinners are all split. And it's like,
yeah. But what I had to Venmo her sister already was $750, and it's not done yet. It's not done yet. And then I had to $200 for the dress,
Isn't
and
that
that's not without the
insane?
flight. And the flight across country both ways is going to be like at least $350.
exactly. It's, guys, it racks up. That's why I think if I'm not a bridesmaid, I'm happy.
It has to be like a best motherfucking friend, and you'd be so insulted you never talk to them again to make them.
I do want to defend my friend's wedding that I just kind of was like talking about. They are paying for our hotels when we go stay.
There you go.
And I'm like, that's so nice to pay for everyone's hotel. And I'm so grateful to her for doing that because it is helping me out.
So that is something that is interesting because we split this Atlantic City hotel for another one.
Yeah.
For the other only bachelorette party I've ever gone to.
I remember that one. That was a couple years
it
ago,
was
right?
yeah, it was pretty
Yeah.
cheap. But get this,
What?
we had 5 girls to a room, a hotel room.
Oh, no. How many bathrooms?
Courtney had a
2
sleep on the
bathrooms,
floor.
and then there was honestly like I think there was a girl in each room that was just like on the floor. I think one girl like slept in her car.
It's like, no.
I think so.
It's like, why are we doing this if people can't afford it?
Also,
Just
you're
don't do
not
it, you
even
guys.
getting any dick that night. It's all girls.
Yeah, I
I-
don't get that. I really honestly don't understand the fun of bachelorette parties because
I don't get it.
You're not with the bride is not with her man. So what's the point of getting schwasty if she can't even hook up with her husband?
I mean, I know that we're weird. Ashley
that
and I
Lauren
may
are
be
weird,
weird because
No, I think it's fun to get drunk and dance and like reminisce with old friends and have dance parties in the hotel rooms. Like, and for me, it was really nice to be with my friends again. But one thing I do want to rant on real quick, and this may be an unpopular opinion, but like I cannot stand the tacky shit that goes down on bachelorette parties. The shirts,
you
the
guys
Party
will never
City,
have to wear a shirt.
the Party City sashes, the tiara. Like, I'm so sorry if you're listening to this and you did this. I'm really not trying to be mean. It's just not me. And like, don't tell me what color I have to wear when we go out because I don't want to go out and buy an outfit on top of that. I want to just wear an outfit that I have in my closet. Is that mean?
No.
Am I being mean?
No, see, I
If you guys agree with me, please let me know because I really feel like I'm being an asshole. But also,
not.
I'm not.
I'm
in
not
that
talking
position.
shit about my friends' bachelorette parties either. I'm just saying that like it can be excessive, especially because I'm not a partier. I'm not a partier, so I have a really toned down idea of what a bachelorette party should be.
Yeah, we're going to a spa.
No, yeah, for mine. You guys, I don't know what coast it'll be on, but it's going to be at a beach house. I will pay for the beach house for 2 nights, and all we're doing is going to stay at the beach house.
That sounds lovely.
We'll have some like spiked Arnold Palmers on a porch, and that's it.
It sounds
And we'll
fabulous.
call it an early night.
Seriously, everyone go to bed.
And then
now.
everybody
get a good night's
snuggle on
rest.
the couch under blankies, you know,
I
and
love
we'll look
it.
at old pictures together.
Yeah.
And I do have to say, remember how I was talking shit about not offering a +1? I understand that some brides are like, but it's my wedding. I don't want you to bring a stranger to my wedding. Sorry, guys, I feel so strongly about this. But I just like, if you can't afford to give people +1, I don't know.
Cut somewhere else.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh,
Or
so many
like
things.
even
are-
also-
I have so
Could
many
you like
rants.
chip in, be like, I'll pay $100 for my
Yeah,
+1?
I'll pay for my +1. I don't
People
care.
are literally going to say in the Facebook group, Naz is so fucking
No.
cynical on it. Because you know what, deep down, I think what it is I love so much. We clearly all do. And to me, the most important thing is the ceremony. And like, that's what I live for. Like what they say to each other, thanks to 27 Dresses, how the groom looks at the bride when she walks down. Like, those are the moments that I actually live for. And I'm like, okay, this is why we're here on this earth. I love this shit. But all the other stuff, I'm just like, why are we spending all this fucking money?
I think
For
the
what?
additional parties are like shenanigans, just extra
I'd rather
shenanigans.
put more money into
Put
my
the
wedding.
money in the wedding. I wouldn't even like if
Honeymoon too, guys. That's what's most important actually to me.
honeymoon.
Ugh, there's so much to go into.
Wait, we should probably talk about dresses too, because that's crazy.
of course,
Dresses range everywhere from like what $500 to like $20,000.
Way more than 20.
Yeah,
Well, yeah,
For
but
the
like,
average,
for the
I think.
average
Okay,
girl,
yeah.
like I feel like I don't even want to say what's average. I don't wanna say
2,500.
it's average.
I'm going to say average.
The
25.
I would
dress
say
I
it
want-
might be even less than that, Lauren. I think we watch too much Say Yes to the Dress.
Okay.
Because I think a lot of brides these days are buying their own dresses, not with their parents'
I
money.
know that's was something else I was going to bring up.
Yeah, I want a Berta dress, BERTA, and they're an Israeli designer, and I think Israeli designers are like the best when it
Yeah.
comes to wedding dresses. But
What
they're
designer?
Berta,
Yeah, I know, but what did you say? What kind
Israeli?
of design? Oh, okay.
just yeah. And their dresses, like cheapest ones, like 12.
Yeah, no, they're
shit.
gorgeous.
15. And I'm like, this is on a dress.
I was looking at them already. They're not your style, really.
Yeah.
They're
Well, they
not
have a bunch of
ballroomy.
style. Oh
She
no,
want-
you like princess. I
Yeah,
like
she
the
wants
skinny.
princess.
This is
Yeah.
my theory.
But I want to wear like 2 or 3.
See, okay, these are 2 good questions. I actually think that figure flatteringly, like, actually, a princess ball, small at the top and like poofy at the bottom, is figure flattering to me.
Yes.
But
It
like,
is.
if I wanted to be sexy, I would wear like a mermaid or like just like some silk gown that was really like
Right.
just
Yeah.
curve
Right.
hugging.
You could do both.
But I figure I can wear a curve hugging dress any
Whenever
day
you
of
want.
my life.
You'll never have an occasion to wear a ball gown.
No, so that's why I am affirmatively saying I'm going to wear a princess
Yeah.
ball gown.
that makes complete sense.
but-
But also, you can't wear a $20,000 figure fitting dress any day.
No, but I'm just saying that like there'll be plenty of times where I can wear an elegant form fitting
Be a
dress.
red
That makes
carpet,
sense,
You know, beaded figure.
Yeah.
hugging.
Okay, but the second question is why do I feel against 2 different dresses, one for the reception, one for the ceremony?
Oh, you think you should just wear one the whole time?
I think I personally would like to just wear one. But
I think there's something to that because you're like, you got married in one, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like, if you were in one during the ceremony, why change, you know?
Yeah.
Like it keeps the night.
And I just don't think the
congruent.
ceremony is long enough for me to like savor that.
Well, it depends what
dress.
kind of ceremony. If you're a Catholic wedding, you're in there for an hour and a half.
But you're right. You're right. That would be savoring it.
And your
maybe
dress
enough.
has a moment because you're kneeling in front of everyone.
Totally.
you know?
You're right.
So if you're getting married in a church,
But if my ceremony in a church is going to be a half an hour, I'm
Yeah.
going to want to wear that to the reception too.
100%, I think you're right. What do you guys think? What's your opinion on spending a lot of money on a wedding because it's one day as opposed to like not spending
Didn't
a lot
we
of
talk
money
about
on
this
a
as one of our I don't get it's before?
Probably.
I think we did, but not in like full. Because I think, because a lot of my friends are like, why would you spend all this money on one day? But I think if you have the money, why not make your dream wedding? If you have the money and it's not affecting you.
To a certain degree.
I'd rather a nice car. Or
But
something.
I'd rather,
don't
I'd rather not go insane. But I understand people that have a lot of money. If it doesn't affect them, then yeah,
exactly.
have your dream wedding.
If you
whatever.
have to choose, then I would choose something that's going to be there forever. I guess a memory can. I don't fucking know. Do what you want, everyone.
I think you can have a beautiful, memorable wedding at a lesser cost.
Or a courthouse in like a pantsuit like Carrie did.
yes.
I think those are really cool, actually.
here's what
I think it's
feel.
really sweet when people get married
it's
in the
sweet, too.
courthouse and they just
I
like
think
go
so, I
have
can,
breakfast
too.
after. There's something so romantic about that I love.
I think that's cute too. I don't know. If I feel like if you're going to be cheap on the wedding, just be freaking cheap on the wedding and like do it in the backyard, do it with like really cute decorations, like make it simple. Don't have a big wedding and like skimp out on things.
I agree.
Right,
don't
then
cut
just
out
have
the-
a small
Yeah,
wedding.
doesn't
just
look
have a
cheap.
small wedding and have an open bar.
What do you guys think of who to invite? Like, I feel like that is a really stressful thing for brides to be.
I think that
Right? Because there's some people that are like, oh, I hang out with this girl all day, but I don't know if she should be at my wedding.
Oh,
I know. It's like, these are just things that I've heard from my friends that are getting married. I have no idea how I would feel in the moment.
I don't think I'll have a problem coming up with a guest list. Jared, we should totally do it for fun.
Mom literally told me today when Ashley comes home, make her make the guest list. And I said, "You're crazy, but okay."
Yeah, because then don't you have to send out save the dates? What is the
Yeah,
timeline?
I feel like save the dates usually happen 6 months before, and then
Yeah,
the
I know
formal
you're right.
invitation
You're
3
right.
months.
Yeah, that's true.
yeah,
For step one is finding a venue, I guess. Yeah.
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 But
Venue, dress, save dates.
see, I
So
feel
much.
like
this is like
there's-
this is insane.
when,
you
when
guys.
I
How do you
think
guys
of the
do
guest
this?
list, I think like when I come up with a guest list, I'm not going to like cross people off of it. I feel
You
like
can't.
I
You're the
know
worst
who
at that.
will be
You're only
coming
gonna
and I
add.
know who won't be coming, and I would never even put the maybes on there.
That's smart. I think it's smart. Ugh, mine was going to be the worst because my mom's going to be like, "You're not going to invite Titi Eva like this." I'm going to be like, "Mom, I don't even know that cousin." She's going to be like, "They're your fucking cousin. They're coming."
Yeah. I
That
guess
shit's so
all
stressful for me.
family. I don't fucking know. Yeah, all family. I don't know, actually.
It's so stressful.
I don't even know if some of our cousins know.
That's what I was just thinking when I thought all family. I'm like, wait, really? All
Well, I mean, they're
family?
definitely invited, but it's so funny because I didn't get a text from so and so and so and so.
You're just remembering. Oh, you know exactly who she's talking about?
I got it from one of the three sisters.
What do you guys telepath this? Is that the what do you have? ESP? What do you guys think of shit, it was just at the top of my head. I forgot. Oh, people that don't write their own vows.
Well,
I feel like
the
that's the
traditional
whole-
vow. I like a traditional vow.
You like when people don't write it?
when it's just like, I promise.
No, I want
No,
people
like
to write
what-
it.
it's the traditional vow. I don't
does
no,
that-
I don't have an issue with it. I'm sure I will write my own because I feel like I can be much more personal and creative and
I just feel like
emotional.
if you're like inviting all these people to watch, right? Like maybe say something nice to the person you're spending the rest of your life
I
with. Don't
agree.
just say words that repeat words that someone's telling you
I
to
definitely
repeat.
prefer original.
I think so
Right?
too. And then what about paper? Like, do you read it or do you have to memorize it?
No, some
can read it.
some
You can
people
read
read
it.
it.
You got-
Didn't
Jared,
Tanner read
I think
it?
I'm gonna have to read it because I don't want to be like have to worry about it. Well, I'm
Definitely
up there.
have it written down.
No,
Yeah.
people always write it down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Carly and Evan, they wrote it down. Yeah, I think Tanner,
Yeah, a lot of people are. I
feel like
hate
Jade
this.
said it from memory though.
No,
but
they
of cour-
both
of course
said
Jade-
it from memory,
God,
and I
I
couldn't
love
believe
that.
it
They
because
both did.
I was
Ugh.
right there next to her, and she was
course.
like remembering
She was
it.
like, I never thought I was going to get married. And then I was like,
Being next to Jade right before she got married was the coolest thing ever because she was like so calm, but then right before it happened, I could see it all, you know, and they're just so in love and it's so rich. She's so stunning
every day,
too.
every day. When
face
people
is unreal.
read their vows off their phone,
I hate that.
disdain.
Why?
Disdain.
Like you're telling me that one, you couldn't have handwritten it, written it, and then two, you couldn't have printed it out. Like,
Yeah.
are we that?
It's so tacky on your phone.
So tacky.
I know, it's so 2000 and late.
it really is.
I secretly want to marry a man from India because I love Indian weddings. I just had to say that.
Have you ever been to one?
Huh?
Have you ever been to one?
No, it's my dream to go to one.
They, like,
I've been
last
to a
the
lot of
entire
Jewish
weekend.
weddings. I know, it's like a whole week, right?
Yeah.
Oh, they're so beautiful.
They are very pretty.
Actually, and by saying that, I don't know if that's PC. I don't know if I would even be allowed to have one if I'm not Indian myself.
Well, if you're married, an Indian
sure.
guy,
Yeah, but you might have to be. I don't
probably
know.
not because like your dress isn't my my culture isn't your prom dress situation out there,
Right,
you
cultural
know?
appropriation. Anyways,
Good rap,
Guys.
Well, guys, that was good.
we
I'm
could
sure
obviously
we're gonna-
go on for hours. We're probably going to
forget
continue
so
this
much.
after we record, and everyone's going to be like, "Please talk about this." So we may do
Part
another
2.
one. But tell us your thoughts in the Facebook group.
Maybe further along in my own wedding planning.
Join the Facebook group. Tell us what you did for your wedding. Sorry if I offended anyone. I love you. Invite me to your wedding. I'll still come. I'll think the food is great. Oh, wait. We didn't talk about cakes.
Wait, we know it. You
Wait.
guys hate cakes.
No,
so
but
I
can I
know
just talk
it.
about something?
Yeah.
People get a cake, but really they're cutting like sheet cake in the back.
I know.
So you're just eating this yellow like sheet cake. You're not even getting the real cake that's on display, which I didn't even know about till recently. That's so funny.
Yeah, that does happen at some weddings. There was this one bride on
No, that's
Bridezillas.
like most weddings.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, because how would you serve like 300
You
people
just
with
cut
a
in
beautiful
the cake
cake?
and then you sheet cake it
And then you
out.
save the rest, you freeze the top, and you eat it a year later. But why
Wait,
have
the
cake?
amount of money on that people spend on cakes at their wedding is insane.
I know, but some of the cakes are so pretty. Why are wedding toppers like not a thing anymore? Like I'm definitely
I
having
will
a
have
guy
a
and
topper,
girl at the top.
absolutely.
Yeah, it's so cool.
The
Yeah.
guy and girl, the groom and bride at the top
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cute.
Sorry, guys. I came up with like a couple more.
No, I
things.
already thought about like the cost of flowers.
Okay, we should talk
How-
about flowers. We haven't talked about flowers.
It is crazy the amount that you're going to spend on something that's going to die, and then it's just for show for one day.
My friend is renting plants, and I think it's so chic.
renting
and
yeah,
so
you
like
said
dope.
that.
greenery.
Yeah.
And it looks, like palms. It's a
No.
Florida wedding, but I
That's
think it's
nice.
going to look so fucking cool.
That's cool.
Yeah. But yeah, why are flowers so expensive?
I know. Ugh.
Wait, we were talking about before cake. I was going to say something else.
we have so much to talk
I
about
was talking
still.
about on Bridezillas. There was this bride whose her husband's family, including him, was allergic to coconut cake, and she insisted on
having
getting coconut cake.
No, what
But
a
I
bitch.
do have to say, coconut cake is delicious.
I love
and
it.
Oh, with
I
the
did-
vanilla cream.
Yeah, and I did a poll on Instagram, and like 45% of people were like, "Yeah, I would have gotten the coconut cake because coconut cake is
good.
delicious."
I like carrot cake, but I don't know
I
if I'd
love
make.
carrot
I don't know if
cake.
I'd make everyone eat it, but it's my fucking wedding, so maybe.
I like ice cream sundae bars at weddings.
Yeah, I like when people get creative with desserts. Like a lot of people do donuts.
Before
candy
you said
bars.
that the worst meal you've ever had was at a wedding, but I crave wedding food all the time.
Do
Just
you
like a
really?
piece of dry chicken and mashed potatoes.
Lauren
Ew,
loves
it's
dry
so
food,
gro-
though.
it's-
She's the weirdest.
I love
It's
it.
always a sad ass piece of asparagus that
I
didn't get
love
picked
it.
at the grocery store. Some steak that's not well done, and
Yep.
that's like so chewy, you're like biting into a tire. And some mashed potatoes that are just chilling there.
The
like
thing is,
a
never get
pool
the
of butter.
tenderloin. Tenderloin will always be an option,
Will
and
always
it's
be
never a
chewy.
good option.
Always get the chicken.
Here's the thing: I always get the fish because
yeah,
I love
fish
the fish.
is usually probably the best.
But then your fucking room smells like fish because everyone ordered fish. Have you guys ever noticed that?
No.
Oh my
room
god, I've been in
smells
some wedding ballrooms where it's like just fish everywhere. It smells like
Really?
vagina everywhere.
Ew, stop. But can I just say
There should be a pasta.
that I hate vanilla in vanilla cake. Just straight up vanilla.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll eat any cake.
I just don't like cake.
Yeah, like Ashley and I don't like cake,
Yeah,
but
I
you're
mean,
gonna have a cake,
well,
right?
obviously, yeah. But it should be like
No,
a
you don't-
brownie inside or something.
You don't have to. You could have fucking McDonald's if you wanted.
Yeah, I know.
Let's get
but
creative
we're
here.
You
gonna-
want it
I need a
'cause they
tradition.
Are pretty.
Yeah.
You can do a whole New World one. You can do like a turquoise and gold one with you on a
No.
magic carpet.
You
right
have
on
to
top.
throw
Oh
it
my
on
god!
Jared's
Also,
face.
a magic carpet right on top would be so cute.
You should come in like Lady Gaga.
What do you mean?
being carried in.
Yeah,
in
being
an
carried
egg.
in. You're gonna love this guy, Princess Ali.
Yeah.
Oh my god, we should have like trumpets.
Did
you should
Jared's
come in
entrance comes into Prince Ali.
on
Jared,
a
you want to come
fucking
here and say
elephant.
something?
He's listening to something.
Jared's gonna come in on an elephant.
That would be so cute. Or
Can
like
our-
a magic carpet.
Can the bridesmaids dresses be 2 pieces then, so we can get
That could be
laid?
kind of cute.
Everyone's gonna hate that. It's like
Turquoise
they'll
and
talk about it for
gold?
the rest of their life. I had to wear a 2-piece.
No, I'd be so fucking happy.
No.
I'd be like, this is amazing.
You guys can choose between turquoise and gold.
That's really pretty, actually.
Yeah.
very pretty.
Qu-
Everyone's gonna choose gold.
I would choose turquoise.
There we go.
Yeah, because Cher.
You would look good in turquoise.
Yeah. Thanks,
Yeah, you would look
Ashley.
good in turquoise.
So would you, Lauren.
Gold, Lauren.
Thanks.
There you go.
So that answers my question. Like, you need everyone to have the same bridesmaid dress or different?
Oh, good question, Lauren. Ashley, what is your take on that?
Well, for me, because I'm a crazy control freak, I'm going to need everybody to have the same. But what my friend Courtney recently did is she found like 5 varieties of the same dress with different like straps and,
Yeah.
you know, like pulls in different places depending on your body shape. So that's nice because it's all uniform in some way, but you can make it more figure flattering for you.
I love that.
Yeah, but as far as like you can go ahead and pick your own color and do whatever, I'm like hell's to the no.
I actually love that because that's what's happening for my wedding coming up. So I'm going to find a cool vintage thing.
It has to be a certain color.
She picked like shimmery, you know, like metallics or a solid in like, you know, the rosé champagne ivory range
Yeah.
that everyone does. You have to send it to her for approval. So I'm like, oh, I can find a really cool vintage gown that I'll wear again.
Yeah.
But I love that because I think people know how to shop for their own body type the best. And when you give people options and if they're not comfortable in it, like, you know, I hate my arms.
Yeah.
You know? So
Yeah.
it's like, I don't want to wear like a sweetheart kind of dress. I don't think that would look good on me.
You're wearing a sweetheart neck.
Sweet. What did I say?
are?
No, I'm not sure yet.
I can see you in that.
Yeah, that's flattering.
Is that
I
what
like
you
that.
love?
I
I
like
could totally
that. I
see
don't
your
care
dress
about for
cross.
you guys, but yeah, that's what I like.
And then hair. Like, how do you wear your hair? That gives me so much anxiety.
For bridesmaids? Oh, for
No,
girls or for the bridal?
For the bride.
I just don't like a whole updo. I like a little up, a little down on your wedding day, or like totally down. But like having an updo, that's not my fave.
I love
I did
when
like
it's
when
up
Kim did it though
and
with
so
the princess
tight
dress.
and sprayed with so much hairspray. That's my favorite.
Lauren's being
You would look cool.
sarcastic.
Kidding.
Oh, I think you'd look chic like that.
Thank you.
One thing a lot of people talk about when they're getting married, I love how this is supposed to end 10 minutes ago, is should they have a videographer or not? And I love watching my parents' wedding videos. Do you guys have one?
to have a videographer.
A lot of
I think
people
it's
don't. They
almost
just have
more
a
important than a
photographer.
photographer. So I did 3 weddings as a wedding videographer.
Wait,
Before
what?
Yeah, before The Bachelor, I thought I might do wedding videography.
They were good. You should show now.
Ashley, you shot weddings?
3 of them.
I never knew that.
Yeah, I mean, one of them's really good. Actually, 2 of them are really good.
Wait, that makes me so happy. Little Ashley
because
just shooting
I know
a
I was
wedding.
literally little Ashley, little 25-year-old Ashley going to shoot weddings.
That's cute.
It is cute.
I was obviously her assistant.
Yeah,
I can
need to
picture
find those.
Lauren
Hey,
carrying the
Jack still has my
tripod.
computer, right?
No, he threw it out.
Okay, well, it's on there. So, no, what I, yeah, because I think that videography is way more important than photography on the day, actually.
I
It really
agree.
is very much more emotion invoking.
And you have like the moments on camera.
Doesn't it make sense for me to be a wedding videographer?
just
It was
don't-
love stories.
Wait, Ashley, I
it was
never
love
knew this
stories and
about
storytelling
you.
at the same time.
I would love to do that in another
Yeah.
life too.
Yeah.
Just like interview people.
Yeah.
Ugh,
I just
so
don't want like
cute.
all the photographers and videographers in my face when I'm trying to.
I
have
don't
a
care.
moment.
I'm gonna be like, be in my face, because that's all I know. With Jared and I, our love
guess
stories
you're right.
all
You
about
guys
the
are
camera
used
in our
to it.
face.
See, Lauren, that's the reason why it's not controversial, but why a lot of people don't do it because they don't want the guy in the aisle trying to
Yeah.
get the perfect shot in the
Yeah.
way. But I think some people do a good job of like not you don't notice them. You know, they do a good job of blending in.
Oh, well, I'll actually
talk
say
to
that
them.
was such a major issue because I would ask brides and grooms to be mic'd up, and they would say they don't want to be mic'd up. And I'd be like, okay, well, that just means that
Your
like I'm
vows
going to
won't
have
be
to,
recorded.
I'm going to just need to
Yeah.
put music over the entire ceremony. It would be more
Right.
like a montage than it would
Right.
be like, you know, like a video package.
It's interesting because you don't want to ruin your look and your dress, but also they have mics now that have like white cords
Yeah.
and stuff that like look really good. And it's cute when they interview people at weddings.
Yeah.
Weddings are the best, you guys. Should
Well,
we
we
stop now? I mean, we could keep going for hours, I feel like.
We could, and maybe we'll like write down a list of all the things we forgot.
We forgot talking about DJs and music.
Oh my god, the
and-
DJ versus the band.
and the band live music, and we forgot about walking barefoot down the aisle and saying hi to everyone after the wedding, having to go to every table. Is that a thing you should
A sweetheart table or
What's
an
that
entire
called?
table.
Like a procession, like a when you have to say hi to everyone who comes out.
Yeah.
You mean like after
Yeah,
the
during-
ceremony.
Yeah. Ugh.
No,
I
thank
watched
you.
my parents do that in their video. My mom was like, I was so miserable saying hi to
bet.
everyone.
It's like, hey, some uncle.
If you
like,
want to say
half-
hi to me, like come up to me.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I just know that I don't know if I want a sweetheart table. I think I do because I wanted there to be a place for me to go as a sanctuary.
Yeah.
Just to like breathe, eat something.
Brides barely eat on their wedding day.
They
'cause they're,
barely
like, so
are able to
busy.
enjoy it because
Yeah,
everybody's
everybody's
coming up
talking.
to them.
That's why I have to be drunk for mine.
It's like goodbye, bye.
And also, like, do you have all the bachelor and bachelorettes at a table? You know how sometimes they have that. I feel like it should
I like
just
the
be
singles table.
No, like sometimes the bride and groom sit at a really
No,
long
exactly.
table.
Yeah,
with
yeah.
the-
That's what I'm saying. It's either a sweetheart table or that kind of table with the
got
whole
it.
wedding party.
Yeah.
And I just feel like I want like one little place to be alone.
And then wedding gifts. It's like I would just prefer
Just
money.
cash. Just give me
We
money.
didn't even talk about registry. People
my
get
God.
so crazy with registries.
We have so much to talk to. Lauren's pet peeve and the one thing that she'll just make fun of Jared for the rest of his life is him clearing his throat.
I'm not making fun of him for clearing his throat.
Do you
But
just
it's
clear his
Very
throat?
loud.
I didn't even notice.
It's his little
Now
habit.
you'll never not.
That's so funny. Hey, you've been to my apartment, right? With the guy next to me.
I haven't heard him
Oh
clear
my
his
god!
throat.
Every 10 minutes.
Ew, he
You can
needs to-
hear it through the door.
He needs
Through
to go
the
to
I
a
live in an
doctor.
apartment, and he's married.
Is it the guy-
So
It's
you know that they're
it's
really
only
in
nervous
love.
ticks. Their throats don't need to be cleared.
It's the guy when you walk in my apartment. The apartment you pass on the left. That man.
Oh yeah.
Every.
I can't wait to
You
hear
can
it.
hear it through the
I'm going to
wall?
record it tonight
Please
and
do.
text it to you guys.
Please do.
I wake up every morning.
Oh my God.
No way.
I literally want to be like, just spit it out, George. I don't know if that's his name, but
All right, guys. Well, I'm afraid that Naz is going to get a ticket, and I'm also afraid that Jenny's ice cream is going to close on us, so we got to go.
Okay,
all right. We love you.
bye.
Follow me on Insta.
That's J Naz Perez. Oh, it's just Naz Perez.
It's just that Nas Perez.
Oh, okay.
Jay Nass.
My email.
Yes.
Oh, everyone get her
Oh,
email.
at AOL.com. All right. Bye. Love you guys.
Podcast. This podcast is brought to you by Wave Podcast Network. Check out all of our shows, including the Brain Candy Podcast, I Don't Get It, Babes and Babies, Coffee Convos, and Let's Talk About It.